All praise due to the Most High, family. We back with another Acres anime review. Family, just real quick, if you want to tap in and watch the episode with me and get my live reaction to these episodes, the only place you're going to find that is exclusively on my Patreon. Check my bio for that. Go ahead and tap in, family. We're in community now. But other than that, family, let's get to this episode. I just finished watching the first episode of Clevatess. And this show is going to be a good one. I can already tell. The art was crazy. The intro was crazy. The first episode was longer than normal. So you low-key get like a small little movie for the first episode. But let's dive into the details, right? So we get a quick little backstory of this character, Alicia, and how, they basically live in a country. There's like 5 different races, right? But they're all like humanoids. And it's given a little bit of like Attack on Titan vibes because they have a map of their 5 countries, right? Or it's like a country with 5 states in it, kind of. And she's asking her dad, why is outside of, the country like all dark? And he explains, well, we haven't really explored out there because there's dark beasts out there. And every time we go out there, we don't really be coming back. Right? So this reminds me of like the Walls and Attack on Titan. But anyhow, so that was like the quick little backstory. Now we in the present time, and Alicia, her dad had mentioned like there's a legend of a hero, and the hero is gonna, defeat the dark beast, and it's gonna allow them to, access outside of where they're confined to. And she's like, okay, I want to be that. And so fast forward, we in today, right? And so she's basically going out to the dark area with her and it's like 10 others. It's a bunch of heroes. She's the only woman though. And so they're going to defeat there's like 4 lords of the dark beast. And so Clevatess is one of them. And so they going through, they defeating all the basic dark beasts, right? Because these are warriors. But once they get to Clevatess, they get washed. I mean, they stood no chance at all. None. Not at any point did they stand a chance, right? He wiped them out instantly. But if you really pay attention, Alicia did catch Clevatess's eye. He was like, okay, she's moving a little different than the other warriors here. But it was only a second because the whole thing was done in an instant, basically. And then Clevatess is saying, and Clevatess looks sick. I mean, it's a big old dark wolf. I counted, but correct me if I'm wrong. If somebody else counted different, he got 7 tails, but he's very much giving 9 tails attacking Konoha vibes, right? These warriors pull up on his lair, and he's like, man, I ain't seen a human in like 1,000 years. Like, what y'all doing up here now? And because they attacked him, he's like, well, you know what? I'm gonna do the same. He had peeped that the leader warrior, he mentioned, we're here on behalf of the king, and we're gonna use our special weapons and stuff like that. So Clevatess peeped that. So he's like, okay, well, they gonna invade my space, then I'm gonna go and invade their space. And since the king sent y'all, I'm gonna go and find the king and see what's up with him. So that's what he do. And if you've seen Naruto, if you've seen the 9 tails attack Konoha, this was basically that. But nobody was able to stop Clevatess, right? So he going destroying everything. They're trying to defend themselves. They don't stand a chance. He destroying the village. Everybody trying to run away for their life, except, the regular civilians, they're trying to run away for their life. But the king's army and stuff, they're trying to defend the king and stuff. So Clevatess find the king, and he say, hey, what's up, man? Why you send your people to attack me when I'm not doing nothing? And the king basically gave him attitude. He was like, man, you wouldn't understand. So Clevatess like took him out instantly. He wasn't even trying to hear all that. And so when Clevatess is basically done destroying everything. When he done, he leaving. And he peeped that there's a woman crushed under like a building. And she's not gonna live much longer, but before she goes, she's holding a baby and she's asking Clevatess, please take this baby with you. And Clevatess he's basically taking a stance like, oh, like all humans are bad and it'll always be humans seeking and trying to destroy dark beasts. And he's like, I can't have that. I'm a dark beast. I got a dark beast kingdom. So I'm basically just gonna eliminate all humans. And this human, right before she passes, I mean, she's obviously the mother of this baby, right? Or that's what it seemed. But so she says like, hey, not all humans are the same and babies can't decide when and where they're born. So please take this baby with you. And this baby will prove to you that not all humans are the same. And so Clevatess basically agreed to that. Now he take the baby back to his lair and the baby's crying nonstop and he don't know how to feed the baby. So he's kind of wondering, he's like, why did I listen to that girl? Like this is a lot of work and I don't know what to do. And he thinking because his sense of time is warped, like we mentioned earlier, he's like, I ain't seen a human in 1,000 years. So to him, like a human's lifespan is really not that long to him. So he's like, man, I thought babies like grew up to be adults in a couple days. I thought this was gonna be a short project. Right, we know better. So basically what he do is he remember, Alicia caught his eye when they was fighting him. So basically he brings her back to life and he starts asking her, he's like, hey, help me raise this baby. I don't know how to raise this baby. He's asking like, can you feed the baby? And she's like, no, I can't feed the baby. Like, I'm not, I can't do that. You got to find a wet nurse or the mother of this baby. And so basically they set out to go and find a wet nurse or some way to feed the baby because he doesn't want to go back on his word. He finds that to be disgraceful on his position. He's like, I'm a royal, a royal dark beast. If I just change my mind, then my word is kind of, my word becomes nothing. So, long story short, Clevatess, the wolf, transform into like a humanoid, right? Into a human presenting body, right? Because Alicia explains, well, you can't just pull up on the humans looking like this big old giant wolf because they're gonna run. And then we're not gonna find nobody to take care of this baby with us. So they transform and now it's not Clevatess, this big wolf. He's giving himself the name of Clen. We're naming the baby Luna. And then we got Alicia, right? So we basically are going back into town. We pull up onto Alicia's campsite, right? This was the campsite before they attacked Clevatess's lair. And so they wash up, they get in the river, they wash the baby. Alicia washes up because she done been in battles. She covered in dirt and blood and stuff. And we pulling up to the village. Well, Alicia noticed that this baby is a royal baby. And so it seems like that woman who was asking Clevatess to take the baby was the king's daughter. That was the crown princess, which means that this baby has royal blood, which is important because only the royal blood of this race can produce those red glowing weapons that they was using against Clevatess. And he's like, that's really the only thing that makes these humans strong enough to do anything to me. And then at the end of the episode, they basically get ambushed by bandits and kidnapped. And so that was basically the end of this episode. And then the next episode, I don't know, they're getting carried away somewhere and we're going to find out how to get out of that. It was kind of hard to fit all this in 10 minutes because it's a long episode. But all praises, peace, and love. Tap into the comments.